Well, hello everyone. I just thought I'd come on and show y'all what I kind of fixed up. I was thinking about Mother's Day, and I have just had so much on my mind the past few weeks on what I want to do, and then I got sick with a cold and just now kind of recovering, so just thought I'd show y'all this little setup I made. It's at my dining room table, and just came up with this by the rose there. Used to at Mother's Day, we always wore a red or a white rose, depending on whether your mother was alive or passed away. And of course, my mother is passed away now, and I saw that white rose as my granddaughters had used a lot of my stuff in that wedding shower, and they had used that white rose, and so it was laying there, and I got it out and decided I would just make a little setting. I love settings, and of course I've showed that before, but that is my mother when she was a baby. Isn't that buggy absolutely beautiful? I've had people to comment on that. And that little frame there is one of those that back a long time ago I bought a bunch of them at I think it was, I'm not sure, it was kind of like a dollar store, but I got a whole bunch of them, and they were like $1 a piece. Not $1 a piece, but $1 in the package of them. There was quite a few in a package, and I use them because I always think they're so pretty, and I've never changed the color of them. I could shabby them up more, but I've had them for about probably 20 years or more, so I've just never changed them, just left them as is, because I think they have such beautiful work around them. They remind me of the old frames. I am a frame collector, y'all. I have frames in a drawer. I think I've told you that. But this is my mother back in 1947. She was a beautiful woman, and the little girl down there at the bottom is me. And my brother, which has passed away next to her, had taken these pictures. I'm sure it's when he got back from World War II. Mother looks happy there. She's very, very happy because her sons have now returned home. And I think both of them were home. I had another brother in World War II, and he might not have been home yet. I'm not sure. They stayed over in those countries, and keep the peace for a while. And there's my mother and me. Looks like I was shy of the photograph. I don't know who took the pictures. I never saw my mother much part her hair in the middle. I thought she must have been having a bad hair day. She just pulled it down, because most of the time her hair was piled up like that on top of her head. So that was always, but this would have had to be in the early 40s, because I was born in the early 40s before World War II. And so 1941 was World War II, so y'all can guess my age if you want to. But my dad worked for the railroad, and he dressed like that every day to go to work. And if you notice, there's a pocket watch. They had the railroad pocket watches, and he always wore a hat, clear up until he passed away in his 80s. He wore a straw hat in the summertime and a felt hat in the wintertime. He was quite a manly man. My mother looks like she's got a beautiful lace collar there, and lace around the sleeves of that dress. I'm sure she's still a little bit on the heavy side since I was born. I was her 8th child, and she was in her 40s when I was born, her mid-40s. Isn't that amazing? So that made it quite a bit of adventure, I'm sure, like to them. I was nearly like their first grandchild instead of being the child. My daddy, mother said, did spoil me rotten, and so did she, and the rest of my brothers and sisters. They were all so much older than me when I was born. But anyway, I picked this little beautiful little scroll thing up one time at a resale shop. Thought I'd copy it, but did I copy it? No, I've just kept it like it is, and I think that is so pretty. It's hooked up on, if I could pull it out from there, but it'll be hard to. It's hooked up on a frame, and there is a picture of us That is in 1947 too. I'm thankful my brother put the year on there. That made it even better to remember. But there I am in front of my mother. You can tell she had her hair up. And that was my sweetest step-grandmother. My mother's mother died when my mother was 9 years old. So her daddy remarried again when she was 12. And that grandmother was the only grandmother, and she passed away when I was 9 to 10. I can't remember the age, but somewhere right in there. There's my brother, my sister, and my oldest brother there beside my mother, which has passed away, and my other brother, which is still with us, and he is such a sweetheart. I just love him dearly. I wish that they lived closer by me, he and his wife, but they live a good ways off, so I don't get to see them except about once a year. There's some more roses there, y'all. They had all the trims and things out, and I took an old oil lamp and stuck a, it looks like I could have straightened it up, but I have a doily as like a lampshade on it, and then there's a flower there that my granddaughter had made me. It was a beautiful wrist corsage, and most of it's not showing, but I'm sitting down, so you know it's kind of hard to show this sitting down. And then a little book that I had picked up at a resale shop, and I think somebody might have gave me that mirror. I could have picked it up. And this book over here was given to me, noticed by my oldest son and his daughter. It's written inside. But there is another beautiful rose, like I told you. And over here is another beautiful rose. These are clip-on roses, and I'm not sure. I know I say I'm not sure where I got them. I know where I got them at a resale, but I don't know exactly where. But I pick up things like that. They have a alligator type clip on the back of them, so they're real pretty to use in different things. And I just purchased me a new tablecloth, and I love it. It is so neat. It's just I cover a wood table because I eat here every day, and I don't want to mess up my table, so it's a round table, and I don't ever put the extensions in it anymore. When I do, it's quite large, but if my family came, I would. Anyway, this is just an area what I see while I eat, and I laugh at that china cabinet over there. I'm getting quite a glare of it from the light, but it's got some old things in it, and when I moved here I was going to put some pretty things in it, but I had some stuff stored, and it had been used in a house before the house I lived in, and it was stored kind of in behind things. I mean, you know, like in cabinets that you couldn't see in. And I decided to wash it all up that day, and I hadn't brought all my dishes and everything in, but I didn't want to put those up in my cabinet again. I wanted to use them, and I used to use them on I was going to tell you, on a shelf around my kitchen. One time I had a complete shelf. There's some old coffee pots up there, but anyway, getting back to that, in that cabinet is nothing but some things that I collected through the years, and nothing is real expensive. Lots of cups and saucers, some platters and old plates, and just different things. But when I washed that up and stuck it in there, I was trying to make it look a little cute, and needless to say, that was 6 years ago, and it's still just like it was. I might put a little something else in there, but you know, I like that because I like my collections of things that I purchase. And down below is some other things I purchased, and over there is some other things. If I could pull the camera in, oh my goodness, I hope I'm not wiggling it too much. I wonder if I could pull it in. Nope, I don't know how to do that. All right, just thought I would let y'all see this. Over here I have a little array of some feed sack items, old quilts and such, and a little thing that I made long a time ago. It's got antiques. It's a piece of an old cabinet door, but it's real pretty because it's got some engraving on it, and I bought it just like that, in that shape, and I added an old picture and some buttons and some old quilts and just different things to it. And there that says Home Sweet Home. That was something my mother and that's so special because I'm saying Mother's Day today, and that was something that my mother embroidered for me. Oh my goodness, how many years ago was that? Because my mother's been gone now since 1984, I believe. I think it was 84. Anyway, my memory is it was in March that she passed away, and I believe it was 1984. Anyway, but that was made for me one Christmas. I loved that embroidery. She did a bunch of beautiful embroidery, and it's still framed in the old frame that she framed it in. And it says "Home Sweet Home." I don't think you can see that very plain, but I love those old camping coffee pots up there, or the old chuck wagons. I collect anything like that. And over back on this other side, if I could show it, I collect those old lids, y'all, that are the granite or old porcelain type lids, and a lot of old cookware. I'll get over there and show y'all that later, but right now I can't do that. Just wanted to bring this beautiful setting that I've been sitting here. I'm so glad I did this. It just really touched my heart. All right, y'all stay safe in Jesus, and I will be back. And bye-bye for now, and thank you for watching, and thumbs up if you like it, and bye-bye.